This just shows you Best's macro. He's just done this. He's just been very, very efficient. But oh man, Vulture's able to sneak into the 3 o'clock, take out a lot of troops. I don't know that Best is. Oh, he cannot lose all of these probes. These are the precious, precious probes. The Dragoon Force is going to be able to clean up these vultures, but not before at least, what is that, 7 to 10. Looks like probes were killed, and that's really, really vital, especially in these tight economic matches. As you can see, one base versus one base right now. I think Best still has a superior bank, but it looks like the Arbiter production has stopped. It's going to be pure mid. It's going to be pure mid-game units. I don't know. This is the thing. I think it's going to be Vulture versus Vulture with a couple siege tanks versus mostly Dragoon here. So the trick is having those observers out in position. Best once again on the defense, and Canata might be able to. I don't know that he even has the resources actually to reestablish something. It looks like one Arbiter is going to be eked out here. One little Arbiter with just whatever gas is left, but still 6 o'clock expansion has not been taken. Very economic. Wow, a very light economic game at this stage. Both players just starving. Every resource counts. Just a stare down. The Vulture's running up trying to get what they can. Canata doesn't look like he's even thinking about taking that 1 o'clock base anymore. Maybe he can. I don't know. I don't know what he can establish and defend at this stage, really. At the same time, I don't know what Best can really establish and defend. It looks like looks like he's going to wander up, take that top right base. Probe dies, but I don't see any additional troops. I don't see any siege tanks or vultures running up to that upper right-hand corner, so I guess Canata just doesn't have the troops to dedicate to go and stop Best at this stage. So Best, with his bankroll, just can't defend and attack at the same time, except with the vultures. So now that Nexus is planted, it's just going to be a matter of time before Best is able to wander out and defend it. Now we see, okay, what's left of Kanata's attack force, and this might be kind of that one fatal blow, the maneuver that Best is waiting for. He wants. If he can crush this army one more time, there's Canata actually running back. He realized, oh, mistake. I think he got a comm set off. Saw that army pressing out, and he realizes right now he just doesn't have the return bank flow to reproduce an army of any sort of consistency. And getting some kills there on that vulture. If he can continue the harassment like this, though, he's still be in a good position, because I don't think Best really wants to. Wow, that was an incredible spread. Did you see those zealots right there just spread really rapidly? Once again, the vulture's able to sneak in. That's something. Yeah, that's definitely going to help Canata out. I don't know that it's going to be enough, though, because I still think that there's probes to spare on Best's side, where there really aren't SCV to spare or minerals to spare, period, for Canata. And it looks like Best is going to be able to establish that top right. Kanata's going to have to distance mine somewhere and somehow protect those SCVs in transition. And I have no clue how he can do that. Maybe if he can just sneak an expansion someplace and just pray that Best doesn't realize it, maybe then he can get it accomplished. But doing a really good job of just killing every latent probe out in the field. It doesn't matter if you have a Nexus if you can't mine. So Canata doing a really good job of at least sneaking through, killing some of these probes here and there, but it just feels like it's a little bit too little too late. It just seems like Best, again, he's just kind of mining one base one. It's still, he's still producing probes, he's still getting it out there. It just seems like, yes, he's getting probe kills here and there, but the probes are being replenished. These are minerals that are being drained out of Kanata's account, and trying to sneak an expansion bottom left, but there was an observer right there to see it. Canata not going to be now transferring SCVs. Let's see if he even loses in the 9 o'clock, actually, as a result. This is kind of an interesting, clever counterattack, though. He's going to bring in some more vultures to that top right, and while these Dragoons take out this bottom left that Canata can't defend, he's going to go sneak in and try to get some more kills. But it looks like Best does have some troops to try to engage that. This is a really sticky spot for Canata, actually, because first of all, he can't defend that bottom left. That 9 o'clock's very vulnerable, but he kind of wants to have troops in position for both, and it looks like, the Dragoons are going to be able to move in position. Canata, I almost want him to cancel this and kind of pull back and try again later in a little bit, because I feel like if he engages right here, it looks like he is actually engaged. Oh man, okay, I think he did cancel there. But really, I don't know that he can afford to engage with that small attack force. If he loses all those troops, he's not going to get them back. Dragoon continuing to wail away. It looks like that upper right-hand corner, and now it's just kind of the waiting game. Is how long does it take Best to have enough of to basically roll that economic advantage into something something where you can really work with it. And it looks like the Vulture's able to sneak in towards the main, but nothing there. Looks like that 3 o'clock base. Critically, no gas being mined there, though. I think that's critically what he's wandering up. He's like, let me go see if I can pick off some probes on gas, but probes on gas not there. That actually might be an advantage for Best. Best might go, huh, I didn't have any probes on gas. Let me throw some on there. Right now, though, minerals really are key. Some interesting marine being produced, covert ops being produced, and a nuke. What? Unbelievable. I think this is just kind of a last-ditch FU from Canata. He knows he's probably not going to win this match. He knows he's not in a slot to do it. So instead, he's going to get a dropship. He's going to drop a nuke, and he's going to be like, screw you, as he GGs. Wants to make sure he feels like he played well enough where he should have won some of these matches, just kind of ended up getting some bad breaks, and wants to just kind of have that middle finger as he's leaving the arena here. That's the thing. It's just such a big resource investment. That's a command center right there. Trying to float one down to the bottom left. Maybe with the distractionary attack, I don't know. But maybe if he can nuke a lot of probes and kill some probes somewhere else, like if he can sneak these vultures in here at the 3 o'clock and nuke that upper right-hand base from that cliff edge. Maybe then this will be worthwhile. But otherwise, yeah, I think this is just kind of that spite, revenge sort of last-ditch maneuver. If he does take out a Nexus, what that will do is I think that'll just make the game last all the longer. But ultimately, unless he takes a lot of troops down with it, I just don't think it's a worthwhile investment overall. So it looks like, gonna wander up. Might be able to cloak in position. I don't see any observers there. Okay, cloaking as he's coming up, and here comes the nuke. Let's see, and that's the other thing. There's just not a lot of targets. Wow, really patient with this. There's not a lot of targets to really attack and take. So let's see if Best is going to sneak it. He's going to have to look for the MP. The Dragoons look like they're not figuring out bottom left-hand corner. Some troops moving up. A little bit of scattering. They are going to get out in time, but loses the Nexus. Still has the probes. Still has the Dragoons, though. But and I think that was just kind of that snazzy finish. But that is going to delay Best's mining somewhat. So a nice counter maneuver. I still don't think it's a winning victory. It's just bought Canata a little bit of time. Let's see if Canata can turn around with what he's got left of his army and just roll Best here, though. Keep in mind, though. Best still has more of a bank to work with. He can still reestablish, and if Canata ends up losing his army, he's still going to have to GG, and now it's actually just distance mining. Right, and able to run some vultures in. Doesn't look like he's going to get it. Doesn't look like he's going to get it done, but yeah, now he's got to move out. Let's just bring the SCVs into the battle, Canata. Show some. I mean, I like the style with the nuke, but I kind of want to see the style here with some SCVs. Just pushing out and doing some craziness here, and it looks like the vultures are going to be able to sneak in if they can rake over the probe lines. Okay, it looks like there's actually some dragoons and some zealots doing some patrol motions out in that top right. Not going to be able to get what they needed to, and again, it's just that nuke was nice, but still, it's not going to be enough to win Canata the game. And ultimately, it looks like, okay, now starting to move out. This is it. This is the army. It looks like that observer has spotted it. Canata. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Yeah, maybe I'm not fully recovered. No, I'm fully recovered. I shouldn't say such things. Knock on wood. Big army rolling out towards that natural secondary. I don't think that's a maxed army. I do think that Best is maxed, and it's with a 1 or 2 stasis. That's going to be it for the stage. It looks like Best almost inviting, or I'm sorry, Canata almost inviting the fight. He's like, I got the high ground. Come to me. Let's see if Best takes the bait and decides to run into him. It looks like he is. He's just like, I got too large of an army for you to deal with me. Moving in with a ton of zealots to lead. Good EMP, but it looks like still a stasis left. Going to catch a good amount of those siege tanks running in. 2 spread out. Can't protect the SCVs pulling back. And it looks like the SCVs are in the fight, but nice. But they're there to distance mine the Dragoons pulling back, and it looks like the zealots going to be able to clean up everything there that's left. Canata loses his entire standing army. There's GG. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Pretty nice match, but Best takes it. Going to run away with the win. Thanks for listening.